What up, my people? What's up? What's up? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We are back in the building. Yo, man. Whew. Sorry, y'all. I just finished. Oh, man. It's crazy. Sometimes you need to wait to eat. Then, um, you need to wait to do what you got to do first, then eat. When you do that before, man, the itis kick in. Y'all know what I'm saying, but it's all good. Um, Happy Friday to those who's out there traveling right now. Um, Wherever you're moving around to. Um, Remember safety first. I hope everybody out there good and everybody has gotten to where they needed to go. It is Friday. I'm sure some of y'all done got paid, so you out there moving around. Safe travels out there. Happy Friday. We are back. I want you guys to smash the like button if you haven't already. As you're coming in, do that. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. What's up, y'all? Give me a second. I'm about to warm up. It's not a lot of people out here, so I figure when it's not a lot of people, I don't have to rush to say a lot. I'm gonna take my time though, um, cause it is Friday and some of y'all are still in the middle of moving around. So some might be at work, but whatever y'all are, peace. We back with this boxing talk. Um, we got Diego Pacheco tomorrow. The weigh-in was today. Didn't get to see all of it. I caught it just in time. My amateurs is out tonight. Um, Shouts to Gleason's. They out there tonight and tomorrow. And we're gonna get into the nationals and all that. So let's go. Let's go ahead and just get into it, man. I want you to hit the like button as you're coming in. Like I said before, and if you're new, welcome. And even if you're not new, welcome anyway to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal? What is going on? All right. I probably won't be on here long. I always say that, but depends on how things go. I might not stay too long. I got some things I need to get into tonight to get ready for tomorrow's show. We're probably gonna be going back to the morning chop ups tomorrow. Um, I don't know if it'll be any boxing talk tomorrow, so it'll probably be right back to the morning chop ups. I did hear something about a fight happening with Richard Hitchens, and Jermaine Ortiz. I heard about that. So I think that's scheduled for the 31st. I did believe that's what they were saying. I didn't know that when I was at the garden. So I mean, I don't know if it's official tissue, but I'm only going by what I saw. So therefore, I'm gonna dig into it more and just wait for them to make an announcement, and then we'll come back and talk about that. I forgot Jermaine Ortiz is he's pretty good. Gave Tio a good fight. Gave Lomachenko a good run. So we'll come back and once we find out that that's official, if it is, then we'll definitely come back and we'll spin the block on that one. As far as the Diego Pacheco tonight, I mean tomorrow. I said tonight. As far as tomorrow, hey, I'm not picking. I'm just watching. That's what I do now. I don't pick. I just watch. Um, because it's boxing. Sometimes you just never know what'll happen. Even though when you're confident about the fight that you're going for, I'll sit back and watch it. Um, the Nationals, like I said, shouts to everybody out there in Texas. Um, I'm actually gonna sit and watch the Nationals tonight. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I think it would be on right now till like about 10, 11 o'clock sometimes is when it ends. So I'll let y'all know more about it. Y'all know what I was thinking? For all the boxing fans, you know what I was thinking? Y'all remember the Super Six? Y'all remember the tournament that they had? I think it was at 147 or 154 they had with Bernard Hopkins, William Joppy, Trinidad, David Reed, I believe. Um, it was a lot of them that was in it when they had that tournament. Um, and Bernard Hopkins ended up winning the tournament. He ended up beating Trinidad and going on to have 20 title defenses, which is super amazing. The Super Six, Andre Ward ended up winning the whole thing when he did the Super Six. I remember that. Carl Froch. I mean, it was so many people that was in that Super Six when he won it. I'm thinking with 140, that's what they should do. A lot of these weight classes where the competition is so much at a high level that they should do that. I would love to see Turkey Ali Sheik start something where it's some type of tournament. Because other than that, a lot of these guys are, I don't want to say find reasons to duck each other, but then we don't end up getting what we want to see. So I would love to see. Oh shit! Hold on, y'all. Oh, okay. Thought it wasn't charged. Yeah, I would love to see. Sorry, y'all. That was a phone call I got. Um, I would love to see some type of tournament for 140. Um, because like I said, it's so much um talent up there. But they probably won't do it. You know what I mean? A lot of these fights is already getting made, so he probably won't have to put the tournament together. All he got to do is just give these guys the money that they asking for, and boom, there you go. We got it right there. Um, just that simple. Sorry, y'all. I'm in here moving around in my room. I was reading something. Um, yeah. So how many of you guys are going to watch tomorrow's fight? Some of you might not be interested in watching tomorrow's fight, and that's cool. Um, I'm glancing at it because it just gives me something to gives me not just something to do, but something to watch. You know, I am a big boxing fan. It just depends on some time or who you're talking about, because there will be times where I'm not interested in who's fighting. It depends on who you mention. Depends on who you mention. So yeah. With that being said, I'll be into it tomorrow. Um, next week, I don't know who we got going for next week. I know the week after we have oh god, Monster Anyway. I believe that's the 27th. We have Monster Anyway. So yeah, which that's gonna be. No, I might not be up to see that one. I'm probably going to just stay rested for that. You gotta wake up too early for his fights. You have to wake up super early. But I don't know if that one is. And I think my man D Free said that one starts a little later. I think he said that starts in the afternoon. But the main event gets off about 5, 6 o'clock. So we're gonna go and watch that. If it starts exactly when he says it does, then that's cool. We will watch it then. What's up though, y'all? this real quick, y'all. Pardon me. So yeah, like I was explaining to y'all about my amateurs out there. Shout outs to them. We also got Bruce. We got Shushu coming back. He'll be coming back January 31st too, but I don't know if he's coming back on the same card as everybody else. I don't know what card that's on. I don't know if that's. Oh, he. Oh, see, wait a minute. He will be coming back January 31st at the Garden. I'm just reading this now. They did say that he was making his return, but I didn't know he was going to be making it back in New York. So Carlos Castro, y'all all familiar with Carlos Castro? Um, Bruce Carrington versus Carlos Castro, January 31st to be for the vacate WBC World Featherweight title. So yeah, Shushu, I'll be back January 31st. That's a good one. We hear that Africa might be on that. We don't know yet, but it is confirmed for Shushu, um, which is great. Uh, I might get into it about him tomorrow. Illis, what's up? I see you. So now that we see that, we're gonna have talks about that then, Bruce and all that. That will be that's going to be a good one. Um, yeah, man, January 31st is man. I just can't wait for them to put the rest of that together. I can't wait for them. Man. Listen, I'm anxious to put in a credential. I'd like to get a ticket, but it's something that hey, listen, I'm anxious to put in a credential for that. I ain't gonna lie. You know what? I ain't gonna hold y'all though, right? The reason why the credentials are so better than you buying a ticket is just that you don't sit next to nobody when you're doing the credentials. They have a media spot. That's what makes it so dope. That's what makes it so dope because sometimes I hate to sit next to people. Sometimes in these fights, people do a little too much. There's a lot of beer drinking, a lot of marijuana smoking. A lot of people want to act tough like they're fighters and they're not. So you deal with a combination of a lot of stupid stuff. Um, and me, I have no patience for that. So I try to, stay away from all that. But putting the credentials, like I said, sitting next to other media people is great because it keeps you away from a lot of the nonsense. You're not doing nothing but sitting around people that's like you. And I think that's what you should do in life anyway. Be around people who are like you. Because when you're around people that's not like you, you're not going to be able to relate to each other. So that's the great thing about putting in a credential when going to the fights. So hopefully, she said a lot of musty mouth. Hey, look, man, I'm definitely not sitting next to that, Illis. Everything better be on point. Your breath, everything. That right there, I'm not doing. Nah, but that's the great thing about it doing this. So we can't wait till they put the rest of this card together, right? And they send credentials. Hopefully, the fight is soon. So the credentials they point, um, or the week after is when credentials should be sent out. That I know how this go already. So they answer you the week before the fight, right? So yeah, by next week or the week after. I know before it should be before Christmas. It could be possibly the week of Christmas. But when that happens, people but we will be on the lookout for that. Seeing the shoo come back, that has me super excited about that. Um, I think that's a good fit for him. Shoe York City, he does fight at the Garden, it's always the small venue. For him to come back to fight at the big venue, I believe he puts enough asses in seats. That's just my opinion. I don't believe any other time he was on a small venue, a small when he's on a show and he was in that venue. It wasn't because he couldn't put asses in seats. That's there's enough people who know who Bruce Carrington is. Um, so there's enough people out there that knows who Tiafimo is. Not far as knowing him as a fan, you know, but hearing the name, even if you didn't watch him, I think I heard that guy's name or I seen videos of that guy. Shakur, the same thing. It's enough. Um, and I believe with the undercard, see, the undercard is always a big response. I mean, the main event is always a big part of how the venue is going to turn out, but also the undercard. I believe this undercard is going to be amazing. It's going to be. It's going to be a real good one when they finish putting it together. We got the women going to Marvel, you know, on the zone, which I always love to see them on there. As far as the other fighters, there's another guy at 140 that he's always calling out Tank and saying something about Shakur, and I think he said something about I forgot the guy's name, but I seen him on there and I said, wait a minute, I forgot he's a part of 140. I said, Jesus, 140 is definitely you know, and I don't want y'all to think, man, he keeps saying 140 like 140 is the only class that exists. No, it's not. But when you take the time to look at it, it's a pretty sharp division. Um, in the next year or two, or even in the next couple of months, a lot of these weight classes, the faces are going to change. As far as either people are moving up, some could move back down, some could retire. It all depends on what we're talking about. But they're going to change after a while. These weight classes are not going to stay the same. Everybody that you see fight at whatever weight they are not going to be there until they retire. Just that's just not possible for some people. Especially if you have a body that still's developing and whatever. Not developing, but you still like y'all get what I'm saying. So nobody's guaranteed to stay at the same class. So you're gonna see some new faces, but some of the faces that you see won't be. They'll just be new to the division, but they'll be faces that you are already familiar with. Like you know, Devin moving up to 47. Yeah, it's a new weight, but we're familiar with him. Maybe he should have been at that weight, but we can't say that. But we know he looks better at the weight that he is now. And he does a lot of damage at that weight, so that's another good thing. But yeah, man, this is man, I'm hype about this. Just looking at this Bruce Carrington shoo man. Just looking at that, I'm like, man, it is gonna be on and popping. Fight tomorrow, it's gonna be good too. Probably won't have no super mega crowd, but it's okay. Um, take advantage of all this boxing. Take advantage of it, y'all, because we're gonna eventually start seeing some stuff that's worth us keeping still and not moving nowhere. Saying, you know what, I'm not going nowhere. I gotta watch this. I gotta watch it because it's worth watching. So you know what I mean. We're gonna get ready to get we get ready to be on stand still in a minute for some of these fights. Um, a lot of these guys who do want to fight each other, who cares about legacy? They're gonna leave a legacy behind. And I always think that that's important. Some people, may not care about all that. They just want the biggest bag. Respectfully, I understand it, but we can't deny that um, we're going to see some amazing, interesting things. Interesting. Smash that like button. What's up, Illis? I see you. I don't know who this is. So, anybody else coming here? No, all right, that's Illis. Yeah, yeah, Illis. Yeah, she in the room. She's in the room right now. As soon as I end this, I'm going back to kick it. Oh, listen, I want to let y'all know too. There's a lot of things I set up on this channel where a lot of stuff y'all about to see. Um, the super chats. So you see, I got things I could do now. Um, I'm still not at 1,000 subscribers, but I am in a position where I got parts in doing what I'm doing. The hard works pays off. So as you can see, the super chats, all that. I mean, a lot of that stuff helps with the channel. So y'all about to see a whole bunch of amazing things. But y'all made that possible for me. So you know what I mean. I appreciate y'all. I mean, appreciate the people that have donated so far. You know what I'm saying. Rosetta dropping that tea. I mean, I appreciate y'all. Just remember, what y'all put out goes right back into the channel. I don't think a lot of people understand that. Thank you, Ellis. I don't think a lot of people understand that because when y'all see this, the first thing y'all think is people, as the people are begging, like it's a financial thing. Nah, you know what I mean? It takes a lot of work to do this YouTube. And when you can't, you know, get the things that you need that people might be telling you that you need or that you just need for yourself personally that helps your podcast better today than what it was yesterday. So you just be asking for a little help. And sometimes people will take it in as if you're begging. I don't think people understand the difference between the two because it's not begging and all that. So but you gotta let people think what they think. That's just the mindset of what how people are. But I appreciate all y'all um, that have been participating. I mean, yeah, paying for StreamYard, yo. Oh my God. Um, I think the first time I got on, when I was actually getting ready to, I think even before going live, and I paid for all that. You know what I'm saying? The whole StreamYard, I had all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's expensive, man. Look, just getting the equipment that you need, a microphone, a better camera, all that stuff costs. And people don't understand. If you ain't making no money on YouTube, you know what I mean? Because like I said, people see you and think that, oh, you've been on YouTube every day and you should be making some money. That's not how that works. I mean, a lot of people are making money just from having a regular 9 to 5, job. So that's why some people don't sweat it. But you got others that don't have a 9 to 5 job, right? And but they believe in what they do. So then you have somebody, look at them and judge them and go, you should have this and have that. Um, it just doesn't work like that. Yeah, StreamYard is very, I don't want to say very expensive, but just it's enough. It's definitely enough to make you reconsider on do I want to do this? But it is worth doing it. It's not that bad because it can be imagine it could be worse. This is the reason why when you're on StreamYard, you have to make whatever you do, you gotta make it worth it. So at the end of the day, it's you that have to do the work. It's you. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to. We're not trying to. I am slowly. And like I said, I have to thank you guys for making that possible for the kid. I knew eventually I would get there. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know when, but I knew eventually. I had some type of belief in myself. No, it's not. It's not. That's the reason why whenever y'all see me over on the gram, what I do is I go over there all the time, and when the time is up, I break out. And when I can go back on again, I go back on. I don't really sweat it too much, man, because it's ways around it. There's definitely ways around it if you're paying attention. Some people don't. Some people don't pay attention, and I'm like, yo, there's ways around this if you just stay focused. So that's what I do. Just focus and make your content the best way you know how. Because for all the people that might complain about how you do your show and what you do, the crazy thing is they don't understand that the money that you put into it, the time you put in, and when you don't have money to do certain things and you don't have the equipment or camera work that people want you to have, or think you should have, it becomes a complaint. But there's a lot of things you got to do in this. I don't have a lot of stuff I should have when I'm um, covering these fights. Even when I'm doing this right here, the lighting, and all that, it's a lot. You know what I mean? How you do your pictures is so much that comes with that. But if you don't have that type of equipment or have the money for that, um, the first thing people look at you is if you on YouTube, so they assume that you have it, and it's like, nah, it don't work like that. So yeah, it's definitely a lot. It's definitely a lot, but some hard work and staying focused, it'll get you that. So yeah, that part right there. So shouts to everybody out there who's for the first time YouTubers who are building, who are trying to get that, because it can be a lot. For your guitar. Yeah, 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 yeah. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff costs, man. Eventually I'm getting a soundboard. I'm getting an intro. I should have been had the intro, but that's what I'm working on. So y'all gonna see me have an intro. Um, right now it's a lot of things I can't do, but believe me, when I'm getting there, definitely definitely getting there. It's a lot though. It's worth it at the end. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, I hear you, Ellis. I hear you. I hear you. We got to do what we got to do what works for us. And that's the number one thing that we got to do. Do what works for us, but also to help grow the channel too. What we doing. So that's what we got going on over here. Oh man, tomorrow morning, man. Oh man, y'all gonna have me up. I gotta do it. Gotta do it tomorrow morning. Y'all gonna have me up, man. Y'all know how I am on Saturdays. I feel good about getting up, talking to y'all, rocking with y'all. And, not having to worry about nothing crazy, man. Because when I get on and talk to y'all, man, all that crazy stuff go out the window. I mean, everybody miss me. Yeah, 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 yeah. You have that effect, Illis, that you're not around. You know what I'm saying? People ask, and people don't like you. They ain't gonna ask about you unless there's somebody trying to start mess. So you know what I'm saying? Illis, I appreciate you, sis. Thank you. Super chat. Um, yeah, I mean it happens, Illis. People always come through like, yo, where Illis at? I'm like, Illis will be here. She has stuff that she's taking care of. She has, we know. We don't have to always put the business out. We know what we know what it is. We just keep you, the family, and the prayers. We everybody. You know what I mean? That's why this is the reason why we talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. That's the way it's always gonna be. Yo, Ellis, you know what? You know what I love about myself? I love myself because I'm comfortable with being me and not having no complaints about it. I'm comfortable. See, what makes other people uncomfortable makes me comfortable. It's crazy as that sounds. What makes people uncomfortable makes me comfortable because I'm like I'm good. I don't know why people be calling me, man. Somebody calling me. I'm sorry. So yeah, I don't trip. Even how I do my content for real. What makes them uncomfortable, I'm good with it. So give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm still talking to y'all. I'm just in the middle of having to write something real quick. Somebody just reached out to me. So hold on 1 second. So yeah, that's the thing about it. Um, I don't worry about it. If you don't learn how to BBO, what up? If you don't learn how to do certain things on your own without looking for some type of guidance, you'll be in trouble. Um, and it's much needed. It's much needed to know how to guide your own self. And there's nothing wrong with needing a little guidance. Um, Sometimes you have to be your own. You have to be your own person. You know what I mean? So yeah. So that's the that's that's the that's the beautiful thing about it when you watch BBO and what he's doing over there on his show. When you watch a lot of people who move the way they want to and not the way they told to, that's why I can appreciate what I see him doing D Free because we move the way we want to and not the way we told to. So we don't need 100 people in our on our channel watching us so we can feel good about ourselves. There's times right now what I got 6 people. I'm cool. I don't get upset with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It's nothing to trip about. Hopefully everybody can watch the boxing tomorrow. And then when it's over, they can go on the panel to talk about it. Thank you, BVO. Let me tell you, I'm gonna be real with you. Even before meeting you, D3 and G5 would tell you, I didn't I didn't know what I was doing, man. So, and when I mean I ain't gonna say I didn't know what I was doing, but I didn't know where I was going with it. And I still have a lot more work to do. But yes, I've came a long way because I wouldn't have came nowhere if I would have decided 2 years ago to walk away from this. So yes, I'm proud of myself. So yes, I've done, but only the strong survive on here. Only the strong survive. And I'm gonna tell you this, and I don't care how many times y'all say, I'm tired of him saying that. With God on your side, who could do anything to you? Thank you, BBO. And I learned a lot from you too. I learned sometimes you gotta have a little character, man. You gotta have a sense of humor. You gotta laugh, and because that's the best therapy. You know what, Ellis? Despite what conversations we have, rather if it's boxing or real life, one thing we do as men, me, Free, BBO, all of us, whatever, we voice our opinion, but we all keep it respectful, man. That's all it is, man. I'm just proud to have boxing in my life. I'm proud to be a part of it, no matter how crazy the sport is and how much times it could be what it is. Um, it's great, you know. And I know y'all get tired of hearing that. You keep telling us you love it. Yeah, we know, we know, we know, we know. Listen, y'all go to certain channels and people repeat themselves every damn day, and y'all smash the like button and send $100 cash app or freaking PayPal or so when I do it, don't sit there and say I know, I know, I know, I know. A brotherhood is dope, because that's how we started out. You know, me, Five, Free, underrated. A lot of us, man. We had to come around each other. We had to keep coming around each other, not in person, but in these YouTube streets. Rather if it was YouTube or Instagram, we had to keep coming around each other. And we kept coming and coming around each other, and that's why it led to what you see now. A brotherhood that'll never die. You can't destroy what God built. A lot of people don't understand that part. Well, you know what, BBO? Oh, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. BBO, I've had this conversation too many freaking times. And I don't mean to judge people, but I mean it's a lot of them that don't. But they'll sit there and want to argue with you about boxing, but you don't support it. Okay, you support it because you stay home and you watch it. That's cool, right? That's cool. But why not? Why you? How can I say it? You got options, right? My options is to get out there and even if I don't get a credential for a fight, I'll go to the fight if I can. But see, now I'm at the time in my life where I'm not buying a ticket to go to a fight like that anymore because I don't know. I don't want to be a fan in the crowd. I'd rather be, home if that's the case. Like if I got my wife, it's cool, right? When I got her, it makes more sense. But other than that, man, if I don't get the credential, I'll watch it from at home. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Unless my wife be like, "Come on, let's go." Other than that, I'm good. I have to pay plane tickets to come. Yeah, well, see, that's why BVO. Nobody can never argue with you about traveling. Nobody can argue with you about traveling, BVO. And you've been to New York more than any other of these dudes outside of New York that be like, "Oh, I want to go to New York," or "I'm not afraid to come to New York." You've been to New York more than one time, BVO. You know what I'm saying? And you're coming back up here again. Uh, when you'll be back up here for the Shakur fight, won't you? So you'll be back up here the 31st of January. You know what I'm saying? And hotels are gonna be crazy. Hotels are gonna be nasty because, like I told people, for that TO versus Shakur, whenever there's a fight in town and there's an event, oh, the ticket to stay in the hotel is gonna be crazy. To stay in a hotel is gonna be bananas. I live uptown. I'm thinking about this time I would drive. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hell, I'm thinking about staying in a hotel in Manhattan, and my ass live in Upper Manhattan. Just because we know the traffic is gonna be crazy on the 31st. I'm planning on going to the weigh-in on the 30th. The weigh-in at the Garden is gonna be crazy. They'll probably open that up to the fans. Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, we we go to these fights. No, not me, Ellis. I'm good. I'm good, Ellis. Oh, you said you going? You said you going to the fight with us? I thought you said you was gonna fight with us. I was gonna say no, Ellis. I don't want to fight with you. I tell you what, Ellis. I'm planning on coming out there to Detroit. Oh Lord. Oh yeah, yeah. That's hey, that ain't no problem. Tiff goes to the fights. Not all the time, but she's been to the fights enough with me, amateur and pro. Amateur and pro. She go. That's my partner. So if I was to go to this Shakur fight and sit in the crowd, it would be because she's there with me. But other than that, if she not going and somebody say I got a ticket for you, as crazy as it sound, I probably won't go because I'm to a point in my life where, hey, I work hard for this too. So hey BVO, if I'm you BVO, I'm gonna keep it real BVO. If I'm you BVO, put in credentials BVO. If I'm you, put in credentials. Just I understand you want to, unless you're coming with your wife, then don't worry about put. If you're coming with your wife, then don't worry about putting in credentials. You good then? It just be you and her. Because I was gonna say, if you coming by yourself, put in credentials. You know what I'm saying? I would buy a ticket anyway, but I will put in my credentials just in case. And if they give you the credentials, you just tell them that you can't make it. Crush, what's up, my Philly brother? Because we all deserve to put in credentials. We work hard, man. We work hard. Yeah, I'm going to Detroit. I already made that clear. I don't know when, but it's definitely going to happen. Please believe that. I don't know when. I don't know when, but I know it needs to be soon. It needs to be soon. As long as Carissa Shields, before she decides to retire, which that could happen, that could happen real soon. Yeah, I'm bringing my wife. That's why I didn't put in credentials. Well, they don't have no credentials yet, so you ain't got nothing to worry about. The only credential they had was for the press. They ain't even put no credentials out yet. I was just talking about probably next week or the week after, because the thing is, they're not gonna put it out. I don't think they're gonna wait till January to put it out. I mean, they could do whatever how they do it. All I know is that the week before the fight, when they respond to you. So hopefully they're not waiting to the new year to put no credentials out because the tickets is already already out. So the quicker I find out and I'm looking in my email like crazy. The quicker they put that out, the quicker I'm gonna apply. I'm talking about when I come to. I never put. Oh well, I mean yeah, I mean by the time you come up here, it'd be too late then. Um, but yeah, yeah. But yeah, as far as you saying BBO about nobody not going to the fights, yeah, that's why I don't argue with dudes. I'm not about to argue with nobody. I ain't got to argue with nobody, man. For real. That doesn't mean because we go, we better than everybody. But we ain't nobody about to argue. Straight up, ain't nobody about to argue. We're about to go to the National Hall of Fame, the International Hall of Fame up here in New York, the main Hall of Fame. Never got to do it all the years I've been in New York, but I'm planning on doing it next June, from June 11th to the 14th. I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go do it. There's a lot of things we could be doing with ourselves. Podcast. Oh y'all, stream y'all, co-streaming. Um, we can do that. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that, Ellis. Um, we might. I don't know. We might get together for the new year and do that. It's not a bad idea. But yeah, man. That's why I said we not. Excuse me. We're not. arguing with nobody, and you don't go to no shows, man. Ain't nobody about to be arguing with you, bro. We ain't doing that. Because while we going to these shows, you actually sitting home, but we actually going. So those are people we learn not to argue with. Just that simple. Yeah, but yeah, dope idea. I mean, yeah, one thing about me, I don't mind getting with the brothers to do something. I don't have a problem with doing it. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with getting with men. I don't care if they don't have to necessarily be black. I have no problem getting with men and building. Anybody with any common sense, I have no problem with it. What I have a problem with is a bunch of dudes who call themselves men and then get on here acting like a bunch of little boys because they know they on YouTube but they want to act stupid. Ain't nobody with none of that. That's the reason why a lot of us are been able to keep the friendships that we got because we know how to carry ourselves like men and not like a bunch of little boys. You know what I'm saying? So, that part. That's a great idea to do that. So we gonna probably keep that in mind. You know, I mean, yeah, we all got potential though. I think anybody out here got potential. Let me tell you something. Somebody said something to me at the Danny Garcia fight when we was outside. Um, I ain't gotta say the person's name. They said to me, I'm trying to get somebody said, "Yo, I love seeing you media dudes because even though some media dudes talk crazy, y'all the ones that keep the sport of boxing going." And when they said that, I sat and thought about it. I stood, well, I ain't sat, but I thought about it for a second. And I said, yeah, you're right. He was like, we love seeing y'all. Um, because we the ones that do keep it going. We keep it interesting. So yeah, you know what I mean? That's why I went back to getting on my boxing heavy. So like I said, the morning chop ups are not done. I just wanted to get back to the boxing to catch up on a lot of stuff I need to do. That's why in the morning I'm like, it's boxing. I gotta get it. Because at some point my schedule it'll switch up. At some point it's going to flip flop. But I'm still going to keep the boxing going. Yes. Together we are. Yeah, yeah, we are force. Definitely, we definitely a force. A crew to be reckoned with. And as long as as long as we keep doing what we doing, we all gonna be able to feed our families off this the right way. As long as we continue to be us and we don't follow behind nobody, we don't look at like we respect other channels. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, but we don't look at somebody else and say, we want to be like them. That's why I gave myself the name that I gave for this show. Um, well, Illis, if it don't happen to me, Illis, which I'm not looking for that to happen, because there's some people who deserve that title because they really go hard with this shit. I just want to be thankful that I was able to find something in my life that I love. It's not about it loving me. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about some person. We're talking about something. I found something that I love. Um, and I take full advantage of that, and I appreciate it. And yeah, as long as I'm able to continue to do it until the day I go, okay, it's time to step my game up a little bit. So that's what I'm looking to do. And that's why I picked the name that I picked. No Duck Zone was a name that didn't just fall out the sky. I had to dig deep. I had to dig real deep, and okay, you want to come out with this a podcast of your own. You want to do this, okay? What's the come up with a unique name that separates you from everybody else? Because a lot of people who have a podcast, no disrespect, but a lot of them got boxing at the end of their name. Now, even though my podcast was based on that, but it also after a while started being based on life. Now, that's why No Duck Zone made sense. Oh yeah, this is the perfect name for this. Perfect, you know. And a lot of people didn't understand what it meant, but they understand now. And it's not about, oh, he's not ducking no smoke. It's not. It's deeper than that. I mean, but yeah, like BBO said, man, I'm not gonna be arguing with cats that don't go to no fights and they stay home and they, whatever. I don't. Some people feel like they don't have to go to no fights just to prove to you they're boxing fans, and some people don't. Um, because I don't want people to feel like that where they think that they better because they go to fights and they put in credentials and we don't. No, I don't want you to think that we trying to act like we're better than you. But don't you dare go out your way to try to tell us about anything when we're there, live in the living color. Like, you know what I'm saying? We we just have to know how to stay in our lane. We don't need nobody telling us how to we know how to move because we're already moving like that. Shout outs to y'all though, man. Like I said, shout outs to everybody out there, man. All the podcasters, everybody. Everybody moving and doing their thing. Salute. Because we got so much of people talking down about other people, and we all in the same department, and it don't make any sense. Shout outs to all y'all, man. Shout outs to every single last one of y'all. Yeah, yeah, tough, man. It's tough. It's rough out here, man. It's rough out here. But we make it harder on ourselves when we forget about what it is that we supposed to be doing. What purpose we serve. That's why I do what I do. I got like I told you, I got like next year. I told you what I want to do, man. I got so much shit that I want to do, y'all. It's crazy. I can't even tell y'all. Well, we always talk about stuff outside of boxing. Y'all see me since y'all been here. Morning chop ups, which I'm not done with that. I might get up tomorrow, go right back to that since it's Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Saturdays and Sunday. You know what I mean? Might go ahead and do that. I just got all the stuff that I needed to get back to. So stepping out of that ain't never been a problem. It ain't never been a problem for me. Um, it's just that to get on those type of topics, it's crazy because people don't be wanting to do it. People tend to shy away from those. People tend to shy away from those topics. It's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, be yourself in these YouTube streets. That's all you got to do, ladies and gentlemen. Be yourself in these YouTube streets. That's all. Thank you, Ellis. Listen, I'm damn sure gonna believe in me, rather people believe in me or not, because before you can get other people to believe in you, you better believe in yourself. I always believe, like I've said a million times on this show, you don't need nobody's validation. You don't need nobody's permission to be great. You don't need nobody's permission. You know what I mean? So I always look at it. I always looked at it like that, and I think that when you're like that, when you're too confident, but at the same time you're on like a chill mode where you're not always, and people look at that and they call that boring, or they just they'll look to find anything to try to discourage you from what it is that you do. But it it is what it is at the end of the day. We don't worry about that. We just keep working, keep asking God to watch over us, keep asking God to watch over our families, to take care of everybody, man. I love this YouTube shit, but I hate it at the same time. But I don't think it's YouTube that bothers me. I believe it's the people that's on it. Um, oh, yeah, I have no problem with taking the flowers. I have no problem with that. I have no issue with it. But the reason why I said what I just said was because God gives you something, but He could take it back, right? But when He gives it to you, it's from the heart. Now, somebody could tell you something, another human could tell you something, and then turn around and they was never genuine about it in the first place. So it's like, and people look for people's validation, and I go, yo, don't look for that. Go ahead and be great, man. You know what I'm saying? People will praise you 1 minute, and then the minute something go wrong, you're the biggest piece of crap in America, and it's like, wait a minute, you know what I mean? It's just funny style people. It's funny style people like that out here. And that's not a New York thing. That's in Detroit. That's in California, St. Louis. That's in the world, and it's our people that's treating each other like that. It's crazy. That's why I love that I could get on here and flip, and I could talk boxing or I could talk life, rather people want to hear it or not. If you have a hard time being yourself, yeah, of course, I appreciate you, Ellis. Thank you so much. Trust me, I'm not overlooking what you're saying. Appreciate you. Thank you, sis. Um, my thing is, if you have a problem being yourself out here on YouTube, and you're trying to convince me that the person you are on YouTube, you're off camera, I find that hard to believe for some of y'all. So yeah, I find that but character means a lot, personality means a lot, and I'm not looking to get subscribers like everybody else that might have 1 point this, or they might have this mount, that mount, that mount, this mount. Hey, hard work pays off. Yeah, life issue. Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, hard work pays off. So Somebody might say, you just got monetized today, and then they might look at you like, yo, why did it take so long for you to get monetized? Well, I mean, it's everything's in God's timing. Everything's in God's timing. If we all moved alike, we all would be the same. The only thing we all do the same is we bleed. So, but it feels good at the end of the day when you have accomplished exactly what it is that you wanted to do, what you have been striving for. I walk into a boxing gym sometime, Illis, it's a breath of fresh air, even when it's the smell of people in there sweating, right? It's still a breath of fresh air because when I walk into a boxing gym, that's my sanctuary. Now some people go, how is that your sanctuary and you don't box? It doesn't matter. Just like a fighter walks in there, a photographer, a journalist is coming to get a story from a fighter, he or she, that's their sanctuary. If they constantly do that 7 days in a week, they might go to the gym 3 times a week. Hell, they might go 5 times to different gyms. That's their sanctuary. Photographers, um, you know, that's what keeps me in check. Doing stuff like that. So that's why you won't see me get caught up in what a lot of these cats like getting caught up in, and that's the gossiping and just talking about a whole bunch of nonsense that nobody cares about. So yeah, that's pretty much how that works. I don't I don't trip off it. The New Year's coming. We all need to just be focusing on what it is that we need to do and what it is that needs to be done. And that's it. Because we don't have no more. We really don't have no more times in our life to keep talking about next year, next year, next year. We got to get it. We got to get it. My goal is to hit at least 30 amateur fights next year, including a couple of pro fights. So it's going to be a lot of boxing for me next year. A lot. So many that every time, I mean, this year I took it easy. For the people who don't know me, I still did pretty damn good for a guy who didn't, you know what I mean? I still had an amazing 2025 year, but I'm going to be on fire literally for 2026. So, every post you see and when you look up, rather if it's on my YouTube or my IG, um, is going to be involved in me, you know, coming from a fight or going to one. So that's my goal. Um, for my guys that sit there and you go to the fights, you don't have to spend your time arguing with somebody who don't go to the fights. You don't have to do that. We don't have to do all that to prove what we know. Sometimes you just leave people where they at, let them argue by themselves. It makes no sense. Just go to the fights and continue to do what y'all do. Continue to create content. And it's just that simple. A lot of fights that come up, a lot of fighters that we don't talk about. Yesterday I was supposed to get into it about Kelly Pavick and Jermaine Teller. That slipped. That slipped. So being that slipped, I usually will wait till the month that they fight. Like I told y'all the other day, if I don't come back with that tomorrow, but I'm gonna come back with some boxing tomorrow. Just thinking of who I'm going to come back with. Matter of fact, I'm going to come back with Bruce. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do shoo shoo tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna do shoo shoo tomorrow. I mean, yeah, we're gonna get it going with shoo shoo. Matter of fact, I might have to skip the morning chop up. I ain't gonna lie, I might have to skip that. Might have to skip that. Get back to this boxing. We're gonna get it going with shoe in the morning. You know what I mean? Since we got his January 31st, he coming back, we'll get it going with him. But yeah, y'all, that's just stuff. That's just stuff that I think about, man. When I'm having time to myself. You know what I mean? And I appreciate the kind words from my Midwest sister Illis. Um, I really appreciate you, Vay, Angie, Rosetta, dropping that T, Bay. I want to appreciate you, Queens, for even coming into our lives and being so supportive the way you guys have. Because now it's becoming more of a family where we all could joke around with each other. We all haven't even known each other that long. The way we all laugh and joke with each other, we might as well all been co-workers. Like Vay, you talking about my sister Vay was talking about, dating co-workers. The way we act, we all act like we work at the same job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just appreciate y'all sisters. I appreciate y'all for real. Y'all do make it lit over here. And that's why these other dudes be mad, cause y'all be over here and not over there. But it's cool. Y'all coming to where it's real, where it's respectful, and every dude ain't got a hit on you. See, people hit on each other in here, but they hit on each other in a funny way. But we all keep it respectful versus somebody trying to make you talk to them, which is crazy work to me. I say that for another time. So yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. Yeah, but shout outs to my amateurs. Shout outs to everybody, man. Um, Diego Pacheco tomorrow. I usually don't pick a fight, but I'm definitely picking him to beat this guy for some reason. I don't even like how this looks. Don't like how this looks, so I don't know. Probably by stoppage, maybe by knockout. Pacheco can't say what round, um, but I see that happen either by stoppage or knockout. Um, we're going pretty much see. Gratitude. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about Bruce Carrington, aka Shoo Shoo, making his way back, who just was added to the card on the 31st of January, Madison Square Garden. So we are going to talk about the return of Shoe York City, January 31st. If you haven't got your tickets for the 31st, go get them. Go get them. If you're in the media, hey, just wait for the credentials to be put out, man. Apply for them, y'all. No, apply for them. Shout out to Match Bow, who's they gave me I've been getting a lot of opportunities with them, man. Shout outs to Anthony Lever, Maddie Lawless. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'll get to meet you, Maddie. Heard you in the building the other day for the press, and we might have passed each other, and you probably didn't even know it was me. But shout outs to you, and I'm looking forward to meeting you. And yeah, let's get it, y'all. We back with this tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? Not 7:30. We going at 8 o'clock. Is who African? Is Bruce? No. If you ask me, is Bruce African? No. But if you look up Bruce Carrington, he's from Brownsville, Brooklyn. He'll come up. Bruce Carrington, Shoo Shoo, or you could just put Shoo Shoo. and he'll come up. His name will come up anyway. Shouts to him and his pops. I think I'm gonna give his father a ring tomorrow. I'm gonna give his father a ring tomorrow. He ain't talked to me in a while. We'll give him a ring tonight. Give him a ring tomorrow. You know what I mean? But yeah, Shoo is dope. Shoo's real dope. Good dude too, man. I got to meet him a couple times. He a real good dude, man. Him and his pops, real good people. Shout out to him and his team. Um, but yeah, we'll come back tomorrow. I'm gonna get his pops on the line too. Get his pops on the line, and maybe I can have him on the show. BBO had him on the show one time. I believe they even had Bruce. So, they done brought some hitters over there at that show, man. Shout out to BBO, D Free, Prize Fighter, Del Brightside, B3. You know what I'm saying? All of them that's over there. Shout outs to them. I'm gonna take this down, y'all. This is gonna be it. Like I said, fight night. Everybody watch the fight on the zone tomorrow. Diego Pacheco is gonna be a good one. Shouts to all the amateurs is out there in the nationals out there in Texas. All the fighters coming from Detroit to Chicago to New York to Atlanta to Florida, whatever state you coming from, east, west, north, south, don't matter. Do your best out there in the nationals, man. Congratulations to y'all guys, and I want you guys to make it home safe after leaving the nationals. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what it is already. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.